Welcome back. Today we are going to be exploring a wonderful pose called Baby Grasshopper, which we will break down at the beginning of our practice during our warm-up session. And then we will use it in our main flow later on as more of a transitional piece within our flow. So once we get there, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But I love Baby Grasshopper to really engage the inner thighs, the adductor muscles, which help us with balancing, just walking around and balancing, and that's extra helpful to be balanced in your body. So go ahead and gather the props that you'd like to have with you. I recommend having a block, but if you do not have a block, something sturdy that can help lift up your foot, maybe like a thick book or a stack of books that won't slide around on you would be helpful. And then also a strap would be helpful as well. So I have one that has this little buckle at the end of it. And if you have that, awesome. And if you do have the little buckle, go ahead and make a small loop at the end of it, like this. If you don't have a strap with a little loop buckle, then a regular strap will do. Also a belt or a long scarf can be helpful. But if you don't have any of those things, it's all good. We will still be able to practice our baby grasshopper. All right, so go ahead, gather all you need. I also have a yoga mat, which is also optional, I guess. I mean, it's helpful to have a good foundation underneath your feet so you're not slipping. But we're going to be moving all around the mat today and sometimes off of the mat. So if you don't have a mat, it's all good because you're going to be on and off of it today. Another thing that I have is a blanket that helps to pad my knees and my shins. I am on a hardwood floor underneath my mat, so I just prefer to have that. So with all that being said, go ahead and gather all of the props that you'd like for your comfort and meet me on the mat. Find a comfortable seat. Have your strap somewhere nearby that you can hold on to. You can sit crisscross applesauce, you can sit onto a block, or however it's most comfortable for you. Really what we're looking for here is a grounding sensation in our body. So find a comfortable seat. Allow your shoulders to soften down away from your ears. Sit up nice and tall. Create space along the spine. This will help us to bring more space within our breath as well. So begin that beautiful inhale to expand across the chest, the rib cage, the belly. And exhaling all the air out of the system. We'll do that a few more times. Deep breath in, warm and wide. Exhale, contract and lift the breath back out. One more time, just like that. Deep breath in. And nice long breath out. Beautiful. You can relax your hands on your knees or in your lap. Continue to sit up nice and tall. If you'd like to soften your gaze or close down your eyes completely, go ahead and do so. And check back in with your natural rhythm of your breath. Smoothing it out. Bring some softness into the jaw. And once again, dropping the shoulders down away from the ears. Welcoming yourself onto your mat with intention. What would you like to cultivate today within your practice? Perhaps that's the element of balance, strength, flexibility, whatever it is. Maybe it's just hanging out on your mat. without any expectations. I always like to view my yoga practice as a gift to myself and also my future self. Building strength and awareness within the body. Those are tools that we can bring into our tool set to help carry us forward with balance and grace. So invite your intention into your heart space. Let's take another deep breath in. Pause the breath at the top. Then allow the breath to release with a deep sigh. If your eyes were closed, flutter them open and arrive. Hello, welcome back. Flutter your hands down to your knees or your shins. And we'll take some movement with the spine. So squeezing the shoulder blades together, lift the gaze. On your next exhale, reverse that. Round into the spine, tuck your chin towards the chest. And continue to move with your breath. The inhale lifts your heart forward and up. And the exhale, round and tuck the chin. So in essence, we're moving through a seated cat and cow, articulating the spine. Feel free to stay here with your cat and cow, but you can also take this into a circle, circling through the heart in one direction and then the other, still remaining rooted through your sit bones. Connecting your breath with these movements. Begin to wind these movements down, return back to stillness. Find one of your blocks, or again, if you don't have a block, you can do this without a block. Bring the bottoms of your feet together if you do not have one, or if you do have one, go ahead and place that block in between your feet and give it a good hug with your feet in both directions. This right here, this is going to begin to fire up those inner thighs, those adductor muscles, as I mentioned before. Also, we get that external rotation of our hips in our butterfly pose, right? So you can play around too, if you do have a block, you can play around with bringing it on its thin side or the medium side, or this is like the thickest side, but you know, work up to that. You might want to start somewhere in the middle, because now we're going to add on some pulses. Take your hands behind the back, lift the heart, bring your spine nice and long, shoulders again away from the ears, and rock back onto your sit bones. Find a hugger through your feet. Continue to squeeze the block with your feet. From both sides. Ooh, okay, so things are warming up here. Begin to take some pulses, lifting the block. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what my spine is doing. I'm going to continue to scoop my low back in and up, and continue to pulse. If your feet are together, same thing here. Keep pressing the feet in towards each other, same thing, right? Awesome. You can also play around with releasing your hands into more of a Navasana. Notice also we're getting into those hip flexors. So bonus points for that. Let's take 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze at the top. Whew. Go ahead and relax that out. Take your block off to the side and shake it out. Ooh, I don't know about you, but my quads are starting to fire as well. All right. If you have a strap with you or scarf, whatever you have, I'm going to turn a little bit to the side. Place that strap around the balls of your feet. Once again, scoop your low back in and up. Find a gentle bend into the knees here. So not super straight with the legs, but a gentle bend, and that actually helps us to access the hamstrings a little bit more. Take a nice deep breath and open out your elbows nice and wide. Keep your heart shining forward towards your toes. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Notice here I'm not collapsing into the upper back to reach for my toes. That's what our strap is for. You don't have a strap, that's okay. You can bring your hands alongside your legs, but you're not using your arms to pull you forward. You want to keep the spine long and begin to lengthen through those hamstrings. So if you do have your strap, keep your elbows out wide, like you're hugging a big round tree. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, perhaps find more depth within your forward fold. Think about your tailbone kicking back out and hinging at those hip creases. Feeling the lengthening along the hamstrings, the backs of the thighs, and perhaps into the calves. At any point, maybe you brought some more length into your legs, you can release your strap out, continue to keep those feet active. One more breath here, inhale, and exhale. Beautiful, come all the way back up to the top. Take your strap in front of you, nearby. Continue to keep our legs straight out in front. Bend into your left knee and cross your left foot over the right leg. Deep breath in, arms reach. Exhale, gentle twist to the left. Sprinkle your left hand behind you. Lift and lengthen through the spine. Slide your shoulders down the back. Gaze wherever it's most comfortable for your neck. Pressing down through your left fingertips, down through your sit bones. Keep your right toes active. Inhale. Exhale, unwind your twist. Place your right hand kind of at a diagonal from your right hip and adjust your left toes as well so they're facing the same direction as your right fingertips. Allow your right side of your right leg to rest down, so turning your toes also towards the rest of your toes and your right fingers. Let me move back a little bit so you can see me a bit better. Okay, so now the edge of the right foot is down onto the floor, pressing into the left foot, or pressing down into the right hand. Left arm can do whatever it wants to do. Okay, think about your inner right thigh here. Lift from that point. Maybe you lift up just a tiny bit. That's that adductor muscle working. And we're gonna pulse here. Whew. You can also use your strap to help you with this, but I want you to really feel that engagement into your inner right thigh, that adductor. Okay, let's take 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it as high as you can. Squeeze at the top. Keep your toes flexed. And release it down. Okay, that was intense. It's all good. Waking up those adductor muscles. Okay, so now we're perfectly set up for our baby grasshopper, which is essentially a bit of an arm balance. It's baby grasshopper because the mama grasshopper variation comes from a standing position into more of a twisting balance, which, that's for another day. But today, let's focus on this baby version. And that's not to say that it's easier. There's some challenges within it. However, I do feel that baby grasshopper is pretty accessible for everyone, especially if you have some little tips and tricks here that we've developed along the way, right? One of them being our strap. So remember at the very beginning, I told you about that loop there. If you have that, awesome. Go ahead and place that around your foot. So you don't have that, that's okay. You can take your strap around your foot. And if you are working without one, that's okay. Just working with that adductor strength and maybe reaching for the toes, okay? So find your setup. We're still pretty much where we were before. And continue to take your right hand a little bit forward, still in line with your left toes, because we're going to be posting off of the left foot and the right hand. Think about keeping your torso parallel to the floor. And we're going to send our momentum forward into the right hand, into the left foot for our baby grasshopper as we hover the right leg. Okay, that was a lot of words, so let's put it into action. Take your left arm, scoop it in front of your left shin. If you can reach your foot, awesome. If not, that's what the strap is for, right? So I'm gonna reach for the edge of my right foot. I have short legs, so this is accessible to me, but again, using your strap if you need it. We're going to shine your heart forward, rocking into the left foot and the right hand. Okay, let's do that together. Inhale, exhale, rock it forward, press into your foot, and hover your torso over the floor. Weight is in the right hand and then into the left foot. Let me turn to the side so you can see how this looks from the side view. So my torso is parallel to the floor. Right hand is planted. I'm leaning my weight into my left foot, right hand, moving forward and hovering through the hips, bending into the right elbow. And I'm pressing into my right hand, or sorry, my left hand to help with this. It creates that structure, that kind of almost like a scaffolding for my arm balance. Okay, come on down if you're still lifted. Roll out your right wrist. Give it a gentle squeeze with your left hand. Let's take it to the other side. Extend your legs. A little shimmy. Have your strap handy if that's what you were using before. Step your right foot over the left leg. Sitting up nice and tall, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand sprinkles behind. You can hug your right knee with your left elbow. Sit up tall, flexing through your left foot. Gazing over the shoulder. Right hand presses into the earth. Deep breaths. Beautiful inhale here. Exhale, unwind completely. Keep the setup of your legs. Left hand plants, again, at a diagonal and slightly forward of the left hip. Turn your right toes so they're facing the same direction, and adjust so that your left leg, the edge of your left foot, is all the way down onto the floor. Okay, this is going to help engage the inner left thigh. So same thing as we did before, we do those pulses with our adductor. So accessing it sometimes can be tricky because it's a muscle that it's harder to access, I think, because it just runs on automatic, usually when we're walking around throughout the day, but we're certainly going to use it. So if you're having a hard time connecting, like Christina, I don't know where that is, you can take your right hand and press into your inner left thigh right here. That's the muscle we are lifting, okay? Sometimes it helps to make that brain to body connection when we're working with different muscle groups. All right, so engaging into that inner left adductor, press into your left hand, press into your right foot. Right arm can do whatever it needs to do. We're gonna lift that left foot. Keep the left toes flexed, helps with this pulsing. And go ahead and find your pulses. It's like we have an invisible string. Lifting. All right, let's take 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze at the top. Woo-wee. Okay, awesome. Go ahead and relax that. Everything stays the same. Have your strap ready. Again, if you're using your strap, this time I'll show it with the strap. I should have done that before, but you're probably like, what do I do with the strap? It's really just an extension of your arm. If you cannot reach your outer foot, we're using the strap to help with that lifting, right? Okay, so either way, strap or no strap, you're going to reach your right arm in front of your right shin, reach for your foot or your strap. Okay, remember, we're going to shift the weight forward into the left hand, the right foot, keep your heart, your torso parallel to the floor. And it helps to kind of start from back away from this to create some momentum forward into your left hand, into your right foot. So I always like to rock back a little bit and take a deep breath in. Exhale, rock forward, slide your heart forward in space. Begin to hover into your left leg. Remember, all your weight is in your right foot and in your left hand. I'm bending my left elbow quite significantly, almost like a chaturanga push-up. Okay, so I'm using my adductor. It's easier actually for me to reach for my foot here because I create that scaffolding. Good, keep your butt lifted and lower down. Awesome, go ahead and shake it out a little bit. Roll out your left wrist. Give it a nice little squeeze. Come back to your breath, and we will make our way into a downward facing dog. Find your block, one of your blocks, and place it in the upper left corner of your mat, on the lowest setting, not on its side, but on the biggest, flattest part of it. Make your way into your downward facing dog. This will be our first downward facing dog of class. So we'll stay here for a little bit, pedal out through the heels, rock the hips from side to side. Pressing the mat away with your hands, shaking the head yes and no. Begin to wind this movement down, settle your legs. Take your right leg up, three-legged dog, bend at the knee. Stack your right hip on top of the left. Begin to circle through that right knee in one direction and the other. Exploring your mobility in your hip. The next time your right knee is winged out to the side, pause there. Circle sweep your right knee outside of your right tricep, stepping your right foot outside your right pinky. Lowering your left knee down into a lizard lunge. You can stay right here. This is a beautiful place to be, stretching out the front of your left hip flexor, getting into the flexibility of our inner right thigh and the right hip. You can also take this into a twist. Right knee pressing outward. You can come onto the edge of your right foot, opening the heart to the right. Another option that you can take is bending into the left knee. Reach for your foot for a quad stretch. Totally optional here, but sometimes it's nice to access that. Breathe wherever you are. And if you find yourself holding your breath, that's your body's way of telling you, hey, change something up. Maybe release that quad stretch. Return back to your lizard lunge. And maybe you hear my kitty cat purring outside of the door. She's like, let me in. But she's gonna be distracting, so we'll keep her outside for now. Lift up your left knee. Anchor through your left heel. So look down at your feet, right heel in line with the back inner arch. So setting up for a warrior two. Press down into your right foot, and let's lift up into our warrior two. Bend into the right knee, tracking the knee over the toes, and lowering down through the hips. So let's take a look here in our warrior two. Shoulders aligned over the hips. Tailbone is long, draw your pubic bone up towards the low ribs. And see if you can lower down even more, bringing your right thigh parallel to the floor. That might mean extending your stance through your feet, widening your stance, okay? So once we have that, notice if you're leaning forward, align shoulders, tailbone long. Arms can reach here or not. But if you're here with your arms reaching, soften your shoulders. Sometimes it helps to flip your palms up. Keep your knee tracking over your toes and towards your pinky toes. You're squeezing lightly into your right glute and sending your knee over towards the right. Good. Release your left hand to your back leg. Right arm reaches up. Maintain the bend into your right knee. Reverse warrior. Reaching long through your right hand, stretching all along the right side body. Beautiful. Come back through center. Left hand leads this movement. Sweep it forward. Lift through your left heel and come into a high lunge. Hands can come to heart center or wherever you'd like. Arms reached is also good. Okay. Now we're here. Lengthen tailbone. Bend into the left knee, drop down into your hips. Press into your right foot and step your left foot up onto your block. Let me turn to the side here so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. So left foot is onto the block. That's another reason why I wanted you to have it on the flat side so it wouldn't flip and it wouldn't be wobbly for you. Go ahead and play around with this. So go ahead and lift up, hover through your right leg, lift and lower, lift and lower. Good. Okay, now let's take a lift, hover through your right foot, so curl your toes back towards your ration, send your sit bones back and wide, coming into a chair pose. Ooh, chair pose is challenging as it is with both feet on the floor, but adding that element of hovering through the right leg definitely adds a different dimension, particularly into the left quad and the left glute. I am certainly feeling that. Check in with the rest of the body. What's the torso doing? Keep the torso long, hinging at the hips, bending into the knees. Let me turn so you can see what I'm doing on this angle. So I'm in a chair pose, but my right foot is hovering. Ooh, my left quad is shaking. Awesome, go ahead and release that. Shake it out. Reposition your block. I'm gonna actually turn around so again, I can face you. But at the top of your mat, place your block at the upper right-hand corner of your mat. All right, so let's go, lean it out. Let's take a deep breath in, arms reach, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Find this opportunity to again, rock out the hips, stretch out the legs. Slow this movement down. And let's take the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend at the knee, stack left hip on top of the right, and begin to circle. Big circles with the left knee in one direction, and then the other. The next time your left knee is up, out to the sides, pause there. Circles with your left knee like you're trying to take your left knee to your outer left tricep and stepping the foot outside of your left pinky. Wiggle your right foot back, lower through your right knee. Lizard lunge, so stay here. Again, beautiful place to be. You can kind of shimmy the hips from side to side with that lateral movement. Or you can take a twist, bringing your left hand to your left knee, open up through the heart, send the back of the skull back. Option number 3 is to draw your right foot in, curling your heel towards your glute. Your hand can help here. Check back in with the breath. If you have hold of your foot, release it gently. Come back through center. Tuck your right toes under, lifting up through your right knee. Anchor your right heel down, pressing into your left foot. Make sure your left heel is in line with your back inner arch. And pressing through your foot, come up to warrior 2. Okay, same thing here, make some adjustments. It helps to angle your back foot, your right foot, so that the toes are kind of facing towards the upper right-hand corner of your mat. Hips and shoulders are squaring towards the long edge of your mat. Bend into your left knee, left thigh parallel to the floor as much as you can get. This is pretty intense for that left hip flexor, or rather your quad. So take what you want, okay? You can always shorten your stance, lessen the bend in your knee, find what works for you, okay? But let's tune into the torso. Lengthen through the tailbone. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Pubic bone up towards the low ribs. What does that do? It kind of creates the support, almost like a little girdle for our core. So we're engaging the muscles not just in the front of the body, but 360 degrees all the way around. Arms can reach if you'd like. Relax the shoulders down. Maybe lower the hips down. Notice I'm not reaching over my left leg. Shoulders aligned over the hips. Right hand relaxes, left arm reaches up. Keep the bend into your left knee. It's tempting to kind of like lessen that In fact, my quad really wants to right now because it's like, can we not be here anymore? But hang out here. We're getting stronger. Awesome. Come back through center. Take your right arm, sweep it forward, peel your right heel up. You can hop it in just a little bit to help with your balance. It's helpful to have right foot and left foot on two separate train tracks. Okay, bending into the right knee, tailbone long. Notice how when I straighten my right leg, it kicks out my tailbone. This way, when I bend the knee, I can lengthen through. All right, find that canister shape with the torso once again. Hands can remain at heart center. Okay, now load up the right leg, load up into the left foot, and step right foot on top of the block. Okay, so play around here, lifting up and down. Slow down these movements. Let's move into our hovering chair pose. So shift your weight into the right foot. Hover your left foot. Again, let me show you from this side. So sit bones back and wide. Hovering through the left foot, curls. Toes are curling back towards the shin. Torso is long. So basically you're just hinging at the hips, right? Right glute is working. Yes, sir. Right quad is working. Yes, ma'am. Right? It is intense. It's okay. Maybe you're weebly wobbly like myself. Breathe. Enjoy the weebles and the wobbles. Notice if you're clenching into your jaw or shoulders have creeped up here. Soften. Awesome. Go ahead and release. You can take your block off to the side. Shake it out. Take some deep breaths. And we will start our main flow. As I mentioned before, we will be using that baby grasshopper, that workshop we did at the very beginning of our practice, and folding it into our main flow here, taking all the elements that we've been working up until this point, and using that baby grasshopper as a transitional movement in our flow. We'll go through it slowly one time, adding some pulses here and there. And then, once we have done that full round on both sides, we'll begin to loop it a little bit faster. Sometimes these more complex flows with lots of different elements work better when we don't really think about it. We're getting out of our way in our head, overthinking, classic overthinker here, and getting into our body. Because really, at this point, our body's done all the things. We've slowed things down. We know what it's doing now. We've engaged all the muscles. Now it's just ready to flow that energy out in a fun way, okay? So step up to wherever the top of your mat is. And remember, again, I said that we're going to be moving all the way around our mat today. So let's have some fun with it. Okay, nice and tall here. Return back to your intention. Take some deep breaths. Beautiful. Begin to shift your weight into your left foot. Hug your right knee up, pressing down into your left foot. Stand up nice and tall. You can also practice this without holding it. Take your right leg, circle sweep it all the way over towards the right. Let me turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so remember our adductor movement that we did here? Maybe your hands come to your left knee and you find that pulse. Ooh. And then reverse that motion. Send your right knee back up. Give it a nice hug. And again, circle sweep your right leg back. Pretty far. This is called a dragon squat. This is your dragon's tail here. Awesome. Maybe hovering the right foot to engage your adductor. Awesome. Let's do that one more time. Hug the right knee in. And take a nice circle sweep of that right leg all the way to the left hover. And then lower the blade edge of your right foot down onto the floor. Lead with your right arm. Circle sweep. Open, anchor your right foot down, open up into a warrior two. It might not be the biggest warrior two that we did before, but the same setup. So left foot is pointing forward, anchor through the right heel, arms in reach. I have a wall here, so my right arm's gonna be a little weird. All right, right hand touches down, back leg, reverse your warrior. Come back through, lead with your right arm. Sweep it up, attach your right leg to it, and come into that hovering chair pose. Now we don't have the block underneath the left foot, but the same principles apply here. We're hovering the right foot, using the left quad. Keep this, take your right leg out wide, step it towards the other long side of your mat, and maintain your squat. So this is like a sumo squat or goddess temple pose, hands at heart center. Tailbone long. Nice, go ahead and extend your arms forward, straighten your legs. Rebend just your right knee. And peel your right arm back, twisting your torso, your heart towards the short end of your mat. Okay, now we're facing that direction. So turn your right toes to face that direction. Come up onto your left heel and take your hands down to frame your right foot. Lift your left leg high. Pause here for a moment in your standing splits. And then take your left hand out at a diagonal. Okay, all right, maybe this is where our little baby grasshopper comes into play. No, maybe it's happening, okay. Bend into your left knee. Reach around for your right ankle. I know, this is strange. We didn't practice this one. It's okay, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Okay. That's not to discredit your concerns here. It's just like, get out of your head and just flow with it. Okay, now we have our left foot in our hand. Begin to use the power of your right leg to lower, lower, lower. Kick out through your left foot. Maybe pause and hover in your baby grasshopper before setting yourself down gently. Okay, that was intense. But the more we flow this, the more it'll make sense. So now you're facing the other long side of your mat. Sit up tall, right foot is crossed over. Let's take a nice gentle twist towards the right. Hug the knee in. We've done this before. This is familiar. Unwind, bring both hands to plant inside of your right foot. Sweep your left leg back. Lizard lunge. Pause here. Okay, another familiar pose. We know this one. Grounding in these familiar poses helps us get out of our own way and allows us to breathe and ground. Awesome. Press into your right foot. Stand all the way up, a little wobbly. And now we have looped over to the other side. Give your left knee a nice hug. Shoulders relax out of the ears. Take your left foot, circle sweep it behind, dragon squat. Come onto the blade edge of your left foot. Maybe you hover through your left leg. And then unwind, give your left knee a hug. Stand up tall. And again, cross it behind, dragon squat. Maybe you hover through your left leg using your adductor muscle. And stand up tall, give yourself a hug. Last one through. Left leg behind. Ooh, getting wobbly, getting tired. Okay, now we're gonna plant that edge of the left foot down. Circle sweep open. Warrior two. Right knee is bent, left leg is long. Again, this might not be the biggest stance or the widest stance of your warrior two. It's all good, we're just transitioning here. Reverse warrior, left hand back, right arm reaches. Come back to your warrior two. Lead with your left arm. Shift forward. Hovering chair, left foot is hovering. Keep your squat, keep your sit bones back and wide. Big step, goddess temple. Ooh, sit down into this. Hips are working, quads are working. Straighten your legs, straighten your arms. Bend just into your left leg. Peel your left arm open, twisting your torso, your heart towards the left. Moving in that direction, turn your left toes forward. Kick up your right heel and send your hands to the back of your mat. Right leg reaches, standing splits. Pause here and take a breath. Okay, sprinkle your right hand to the upper right hand corner of your mat. Bend into your right knee. So this is almost like a super soldier setup. That pose is like infinitely confusing to me, so I have not yet figured it out, but I think this is a variation of it. So reach around for your right foot with your left hand. Okay, now we're gonna kick out through the right foot, lower, lower, use the power of your left leg, helping to lower. Maybe you hover in your baby grasshopper pose before sending your sit bones down. Now you're kind of in this extended leg twist with your left foot crossed over your right leg. Let's move into that twist towards the left. Giving your knee a hug, left hand pressing, sit up tall. Deep breath in. Exhale. Plant your hands inside of your left foot. Circle sweep your right leg back behind you, lizard lunge. Pause for a moment. Catch your breath. Okay, now we have made our way full circle to the other side. Let's move that through one more time a little bit more quickly. Press into your left foot. Stand tall, give your right knee a hug. We'll take out those pulses. Right leg circle sweeps back. Dragon squat. Edge of your right foot plants. Open up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Right hand leads. Coming into your hovering chair. Big step. Goddess temple. Straighten arms, straighten legs. Bend just into the right knee. Open up, twist to the right. Facing that direction. Standing splits. Left leg lifts. Left hand at a diagonal. Reach around for the edge of your left foot. Lower through baby grasshopper. Move right into your twist to the right. Unwind your twist. Left leg back. Lizard lunge. Press into your right foot. Stand tall. Hug your left knee in. We're on the other side now. Circle sweep your left leg back. Dragon squat. Plant the edge of your left foot down. Open up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Warrior two. Lead with your left arm. Hovering chair. Keep that squat as you step wide. Goddess temple. Straighten legs, straighten arms. Bend into your left knee. Peel your left arm back. Twist. Facing the left side. Right leg lifts. And let's lower down into a forward fold. Pause here for a moment. Wiggle your feet wide. And let's hang out here for a little bit. If you want to flow through that again, you can rewind this a little bit and go through it a few more times. The more you practice it, the more it just becomes more fun, right? We're not thinking about it, and we get to fine tune those areas, smooth out those areas that might be a little choppy, like that grasshopper transition. So here, enjoy maybe grasshopper at elbows, or interlace your fingers behind the neck. Slowing things down. And with your feet wide, go ahead and lower the sit bones down into Malasana. Let me turn to the side here. And so you can also sit on some blocks here to help lift the sit bones up if need be. Check in with the rest of your body. So again, sometimes we begin to turtle up. So lift up and out. Bring some space between the ears and the shoulders. Pressing the elbows out and towards your inner thighs as you squeeze the inner thighs in slightly. Deep breaths, warm and wide into the belly, into the hips. This one's really great for low back pressure. If you sit a lot in your day-to-day life, driving at a desk, this is awesome. Malasana, one of my top 3 yoga poses to do when I'm feeling especially tight. Beautiful. Let's sprinkle the hands down to the floor. Left arm reaches. Notice if your left knee tumbles inward, keep the squeeze of the outer left glute to externally rotate that left knee out. Return through center, other side, right arm reaches. Remember, try not to collapse your knee in. Squeeze your right thigh, your right glute. And come back through center. Bring your hands behind you, lower to seated. Bring your legs out in front, give them a shimmy. Maybe use gentle fists to massage out the quads. They worked super hard today. And then have one of your blocks somewhere nearby. Or again, if you don't have a block, you can use a cushion or a rolled up blanket for this. Make your way onto your back body with your knees bent, perhaps wiggling your feet out to the width of your mat. Allow the knees to tumble in towards each other. Just take stock of how you're feeling right now in your body. Reach for your block or your blanket and pressing into your feet. Lift up your hips just enough so that you can slide that support underneath your sacrum. And you can adjust your feet a little bit more in line with your hips. This is a great place to be. Supported bridge. You can certainly add on here if you'd like. Hovering the knees or extending the legs up. I love this one just to kind of let the blood flow in a different direction. Scribbling through the ankles and the wrists in both directions. Let your shoulders relax, be heavy onto the earth. Awesome. Go ahead and drip everything down. Lifting up through your hips. Take your block off to the side, lower down. Cross right leg over left. We do a lot of external rotation, so let's knit things back together, bring things to the center. Right leg over left, reach around for your shins or your ankles, squeeze inner thighs. And come into our Supta Gomukhasana. As you send the feet in opposite directions, like you're tying a big bow on your practice today. It's like I said before, it's the gift that you've given yourself. You've carved out the time for your practice today. And I hope that you feel like this is a good gift for yourself. Beautiful. Release your ankles, your shins, lower your left foot down, keep your right leg crossed over. Arms can reach. Press into your left foot, lift up your hips, scoot them over to the right a few inches, tumble the knees to the left. You can always place a block or support underneath your right inner knee or unwind the legs. Sometimes this can be super intense for low back. So if that's you, go ahead and find what works best. This is choose your own adventure. That's what yoga should be, right? I don't say the word should a whole lot, but in this case, I think it applies. You should adapt your practice to you and your body. What works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. Here in this twist, allow your right shoulder to soften down. Deep breaths. Go ahead and return the legs back through center, uncross. Bring your hips back into the center of your mat. Same thing on the other side. Cross left leg over right. Hug the knees in. Reach for shins or ankles or feet. Tie that big bow. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Maybe a gentle rock from side to side. Good. Slowing down these movements, release. Right foot down. Keep your left leg crossed over. Arms can reach out to a T. Press into your right foot, lift your hips, scoot them over to the left a few inches, tumble the knees to the right. Again, place the support, unwind the knees, do what you need to do to make this nourishing for yourself. This is the part of our practice where we've done all the work, we've done all the stretching, the active part of it, so now is the time to let things just integrate and relax and stretch. So let this feel good. One more deep breath. And return everything back through center. You find your Shavasana, whatever that looks like for you, and allow the breath to release into its own natural rhythm. Wash softness over the brow, facial muscles, soften the jaw. Let the shoulders relax down towards the earth. Flow of your breath is easy. Letting go of all effort. Find a peaceful place deep within. Return your awareness back to the body, back to the breath. Deepen the breath. Invite slow, gentle movement into the fingers and toes. Rock the head from side to side. Eventually turning these movements into deeper stretches if that feels good. And when you're ready, fold onto one side. Rest the head on your arm, tuck the knees to your chest. Take a few moments here to reconnect with your intention. In your own time, use your top arm to gently spiral yourself up to a comfortable seat. Take as much time as you need to get there. Holding your hands at heart center as a way, as a symbol of bringing things back to your heart space, back to yourself. Again, viewing your practice anytime you connect with your breath, with your body. It's a gift to yourself here and now, and also to your future self. Thank you so much for joining me today. And please let me know if there's anything else you'd like to explore with me. I love fun transitions, as you can tell. And I also love integrating some more complex poses within these flows, just to kind of pick them apart, tease them apart, to make them more accessible, more fun, and adaptable for our bodies. So thank you again for joining me, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much.